My TrueHeart, is it? We are TrueHeart.
The TrueHeart Cause Agency and the TrueHeart Social Impact Search Engine.
Okay, so tell me how that is related to philanthropy.
Sure. I started our TrueHeart Cause Agency 24 years ago, and we specialize in connecting celebrities and purpose-driven brands to team up and help raise millions of dollars for deserving charities. And we produce global social impact campaigns that shine a massive spotlight on the mission of the charities while we drive billions of media impressions across traditional media and social media. And then this summer, we launched our TrueHeart Social Impact Search Engine, which is a free and easy way for people to do something that they're doing every day already, searching the web. But now their searches are actually powering donations to the 6 amazing charities that we support that help people, animals, and the planet. So it was a way for us to use the power of technology for good and help democratize philanthropy because, as you know, Les, there are billions of people in the world with beautiful hearts that want to transform their local communities, but they don't have disposable income to donate to charity.
Right. That's one of the reasons why I thought we have a very symbiotic kind of direction. In a sense, we have very, very closely aligned purposes. Our purpose here with the Endow American Network Foundation is to increase the amount of philanthropy in the world by exposing people to what's available that they may not know about to use, and also that there are professional philanthropic advisors out there. Now, you work with celebrities primarily, so I know listen, you're dealing. When I look at your video, I think you got Sharon Stone in there. You've got you got really big, important people, the celebrities of the world out there. I mean, you're in Los Angeles, and I think that's a big advantage. Have you found it difficult to get the celebrities to work with you with regard to these, the commitments to the philanthropies, or is it something that is ingrained with them?
We've been blessed, over the last 2 decades to work with hundreds of stars from music, fashion, television, film, sports, and now kind of this wild, wild west of social media influencers as well. And we found that so many people really understand that having a platform means you have the responsibility to do good with it. So, these are folks that are blessed to make a living by, playing pretend on TV or performing music or playing sports, which is something that only a very lucky few, get to do with their talents. And so being able to use that fan base to shine a spotlight on deserving charities and the unsung heroes in our communities who are really making a difference every day, we found is the ultimate privilege of the talent that we work with. And so when we come to a celebrity or an athlete with something that they have a personal connection to, whether, they served in our armed forces and want to support wounded veterans or other active duty men and women, or they lost a loved one to cancer, or they grew up in the foster system. When there's that personal connection to the cause, people are really fired up and inspired and want to get involved. And we specialize in fostering these long-term partnerships between the celebrities and the nonprofits. So once they get hooked and participate in their first day of service, that feeling just really lights them up and they want to continue to do more and give back in meaningful ways.
So the social impact that you talk about a lot on your site and in your presentations, that's what you're basically all about. How do you see your work having an impact, the social impact that it's had on organizations? Is there anyone in particular that you think is outstanding that you'd like to tell us about?
Sure. We had the pleasure of working with our friends at Global Green to help plant 150,000 trees in the Amazon rainforest to combat the 900 million trees that were lost in the devastating wildfires there and to help fight climate change, which is one of our biggest passions. And so we had teamed up with our friends Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green, and they were incredible celebrity ambassadors for our hashtag Fight for the Amazon campaign. And what was really special about this particular project, aside from the impact we're making on the planet, was that we also teamed up with the Ashinka tribe in Brazil. So local indigenous farmers planted those healthy saplings, and we were able to, create a sustainable income for these farmers who are really the best caretakers of the land. So not only did we have an impact on the planet, but we also had an impact on the local economy. And this was our commitment, our starting point with Global Green, to help replenish the 900 million trees that have been lost over the next decade. So that's our goal before we hit 2030. It's a big goal, but we're engaging lots of celebrities who care about the planet to help. And we hope we're going to get there with lots of other wonderful people who want to make a difference. And we know, especially now with young people, saving the planet is one of the most important causes to them. So, for us, rather than raise funds for a general fund with a nonprofit, we raise money for what we call Fund a Dream projects. So they're very specific programs or services where we can show that measurable impact. And we always produce beautiful videos where we can show all the celebrities, the media, the donors, the corporate partners, how their participation made an impact in the world. And that way, when we ask them to support us on campaign 2, 3, 4, 5, they're very eager to come back and participate again because they know that together we all made something beautiful happen in the world.
Is that part of the sustainability? Is the repeat of the events? Is that how you're doing sustainability? So you're not building, it's not a criticism, but building endowment is always very difficult for a lot of organizations because they need money currently. So that's one of the impacts that we hope that we'll have, is that we want to provide long-term sustainability through the creation of endowment. That's why the title, actually, the name of our nonprofit is the Endow America Network Foundation. And the project that we focus on is using the term social charity, which may be not a term that you've ever heard of, but we hope that you'll hear of it and spread the word a little bit, because it's quite unique in the way that it can help solve some of these problems. Because what you said before is true. I mean, the money that you're raising is not coming from the celebrities. It's coming from their impact by being involved in the campaign. So that's a very valuable resource that you have in terms of your relationship with these folks and the fact that they know what you do. So I know you use search engines quite a bit. And you said before that when people went to look at something, you would create a donation. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
Sure. With our TrueHeart social impact search engine, when you search with us at TrueHeart.com, we donate 80% of our net profits to our 6 amazing charity partners. And so the way we make revenue is just like any other search engine. When you click on an ad, let's say you type in basketball shoes, because you love playing basketball with your friends on the weekend. Mm-hmm. And so when that pair of basketball shoes comes up and you see the ad, if you click on that, we make a small piece of revenue, and then we give 80% of our net proceeds from that revenue to our charity partners. And we also have partnerships with, stores like Target, for example, or if you book a vacation or a dinner reservation with our friends at TripAdvisor, then we make a small amount of revenue from those bookings or those sales. And then again, we donate 80% of those net profits to our charity partners. So a lot of people don't realize that the global search engine industry makes hundreds of billions of dollars every year. And so our idea was, if we can redirect some of that wealth to great causes, then we have an opportunity to make a massive difference, because everybody, basically ages 8 to 80 years old is searching the web on their phone, tablet, or computer every day. But now this gives you an opportunity to search for good.
So that's an immediate response to something that you stimulate, and it immediately provides revenue to a nonprofit. That's fantastic. I love
That's
that.
correct.
That's
Thank
really
you.
great.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
And
Great
yeah,
idea.
it only takes a few seconds to, download our extension. So you don't have to make any changes if you love using Chrome, for example, as your browser, or
Mhm.
Firefox or Mozilla. We
Mhm.
have an extension for all of the browsers, and we have what's called a progressive web app for your phone and for your tablet. So it takes about 10 seconds to, install. And if you're on your phone, you just click our beautiful red heart and you start searching, and you get the same great results as you would on other platforms. But the difference is now you're making an impact. And, we're big believers at TrueHeart that there are little things we can all be doing every
Yep.
day to make a big difference in the world. And so
Yep.
if everyone is focused on just doing a few good things every day, the ripple effect of goodness that's created is absolutely amazing.
Well, you're propelling people down the road to human kindness, and that's part of everything that we think is important right now. We need to stress people's human kindness and not the reverse, not the opposite. So I know you use the term quite a bit, legacy, leaving a legacy, and how important that is. So is that another part of the way your organization is using to raise money? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. Many of the projects that we work on allow the celebrities and athletes that team up with us to leave a lasting legacy of service and love in the community. So, we're able to name these incredible programs that we fund after the celebrities and athletes, or their kids, or, named after a loved one that passed. So it's an opportunity for them to feel really proud of lives that were saved or transformed by the fact that they were involved and really helped us amplify the work that the nonprofits are doing. Because there are so many incredible unsung heroes in communities all over the world that nobody ever hears about. And so when we can take the power of the celebrities' reach and the fact that all of these media outlets around the world want to hear what they have to say, and their fans on social media are eager to know what's going on in their lives, it enables us to really amplify the mission and the message of the nonprofits. And beyond creating these legacies for the celebrities and athletes, we also hope to inspire and empower everyday people to create legacies in their communities and with their families. And, part of the wonderful work that, you said your team is doing, Les, with creating these endowments offers people an opportunity to do that because, it's not about the fancy cars or, the homes or all the tchotchkes that you collect while you're here.
It's not, for sure.
It's about the way you make people feel and the legacy that you leave behind. And what are we all going to be remembered for? And there's an opportunity to touch a lot of lives and to help people that don't have the same advantages and blessings that we're all grateful for. So if you can do that with, as your team has set up this social Secharity, and be so innovative with this, code 664. And I loved reading about that. I think it's a really novel way that people can redirect some of their, their funds now while they're alive and make a commitment to do good and leave that legacy.
Yeah, I think something that a lot of people don't really understand, or they're not familiar with, maybe, but there's a lot of evidence that shows that people who are givers and people who do leave a legacy, people who are interested in helping others, they actually have better health, and their lives are more fulfilling because, I guess, they're not stressing about their own problems, but they're looking to help other people solve their problems. And that's a part of it. So I really commend you on the work that you and Scott are doing and what you've accomplished with this. Is quite amazing. And I hope that we can be a part of what you're doing in some way. Maybe we can have some joint arrangement where we can help you and you can help us with our causes, because we're both doing the same thing. We just want people to be able to understand that it's good for them to give, not only for the health reasons that we just talked about, but also for the psychic reasons of being able to accomplish something, volunteering, being a steward, taking interest in something. It's not like charity is not driving through a town and throwing money out the window. It's having a purpose and a cause that you care about. And that's what philanthropy is all about. So I hope that that the public takes it to heart, and that they help us move along this course of human kindness. And you're definitely helping along the way. Thank you, Amy, very much for being with us today on Route 664, the road to human kindness.
Thank you for having me, Les.
You're definitely not a side street. We'd like to have you. Actually, we'd like to put your organization on our our contact list with regard to searching for professional philanthropic advisors. You're a very unique professional philanthropic advisor in what you're doing. So we hope that we'll put you on there, and then people, when they want to find you, they can go to our search engine on socialcharity.org and look for an advisor, and you'll find Amy Malin and Scott Malin and the TrueHeart Project. And
that'd be great.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Appreciate your time, Amy.
Thank
My
you.
best to Scott. I haven't met him. I hope to. Take care.